Hey Scoopsters, welcome back. We're kicking things off with an absolutely stunning new release from Gabriel Kahane. He's taken his sophomore LP's title track, Where Are the Arms, and transformed it into a breathtaking chamber orchestra version featuring the incredible knights and conductor Erik Jacobsen. This is just a taste of his upcoming album, Heirloom, and it's already got us mesmerized. Next up, we're diving into the intense world of classical music reviews with a deep dive into Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 6, the Pathétique, and Souvenir de Florence, as performed by the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra and conductor Domingo Hindoyan. This recording is being hailed for its passion and drama, and we're breaking down every powerful note. Then, we're shifting gears to a powerful and provocative statement from Turkish pianist and composer Fazıl Say. He's accusing Israel of committing genocide in Gaza and is calling on the global music community to speak out against the ongoing conflict. Say is making waves with his outspoken views, and we're exploring the controversy and his courageous stance. And finally, we're wrapping up this news cycle with a unique perspective on our changing planet. Coggin Heeringa reflects on how Max Richter's recomposition of Vivaldi's The Four Seasons mirrors the unpredictable rhythms of autumn in the age of climate change. It's a beautiful and unsettling look at how nature's cycles are shifting. Don't go anywhere, hit that like button, subscribe to Scoopster, and ring the bell for all the updates. A Legacy Reimagined, Gabriel Kahane's Heirloom unveiled. Get ready for an extraordinary musical journey as Gabriel Kahane releases a powerful chamber orchestra version of Where Are the Arms, the title track from his sophomore LP. Performed by Kahane himself on vocals, guitar, and electronics, alongside the acclaimed knights and conductor Erik Jacobsen, this new rendition is a prelude to his upcoming album, Heirloom, due October 10th on Nonesuch. The full album features a deeply personal concerto for piano and chamber orchestra, also titled Where Are the Arms, which Kahane composed for his father, the esteemed conductor and pianist Geoffrey Kahane. The Knights, led by Jacobsen, provide a stunning accompaniment, bringing this rich tapestry of sound to life. Kahane describes Heirloom as an oral family scrapbook, exploring themes of inheritance and legacy across its three movements. He masterfully weaves vernacular songwriting elements with the formal structures of classical music, creating a unique aesthetic diversity that reflects his artistic vision. This exploration is deeply rooted in his personal history, drawing from his parents' musical backgrounds and his paternal grandmother's experiences fleeing Germany. The album grapples with complex emotions, intergenerational transmission, and the intersection of cultural identities. Public reaction has been a mix of awe and deep contemplation, with fans and critics alike praising Kahane's innovative approach and the album's emotional resonance. The release also coincides with Nonesuch's digital reissue of Geoffrey Kahane's 1986 Bach recordings, further highlighting the profound musical lineage explored in Heirloom. This musical legacy is just the beginning of our deep dive today. Next, prepare for a dramatic interpretation of Tchaikovsky that's setting critics ablaze. Tchaikovsky's Pathétique and Souvenir de Florence reach new heights. Prepare to be swept away by an electrifying new recording of Tchaikovsky's masterpieces. The Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra, under the commanding baton of Domingo Hindoyan, delivers a rendition of Symphony No. 6, the Pathétique, and Souvenir de Florence that is both deeply passionate and dramatically charged. This album, released on Onyx, is already being lauded for its raw emotion and impeccable execution, clocking in at an impressive 81 minutes. Hindoyan's interpretation breathes new life into these iconic works. The Pathétique Symphony is rendered with a profound sense of melancholy from its opening bars, laying bare the composer's intense emotional landscape, reminiscent of his celebrated ballet scores. The second movement dances with a captivating lightness, while the third movement surges with incisive power, maintaining a thrilling yet controlled tempo. The final movement plunges into the depths of Tchaikovsky's bleak yet enthralling vision, with the strings intense and the brass plangent, perfectly capturing the guttural power of the music. Equally compelling is the Souvenir de Florence, originally a sextet, which is given orchestral heft and impassioned thrust by the RLPO. Hindoyan ensures it retains the intimacy of its chamber origins, with standout moments from solo cello and violin, even within the grand orchestral sweep. Critics are raving about the orchestra's rugged attack, nimble string passages, and the overall dramatic arc Hindoyan crafts. Audience response has been overwhelmingly positive, with listeners praising the recording's visceral impact and Hindoyan's masterful control over the orchestra's dynamics and emotional range. Many are calling it a definitive performance of these beloved works. But the intensity doesn't stop there. Our next story brings a powerful voice from the world of music to the forefront. Get ready for a bold statement from pianist Fazıl Say that's sparking global conversation. Pianist Fazıl Say accuses Israel of genocide, urges global music world to act. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the international arts community, acclaimed Turkish pianist and composer Fazıl Say has issued a scathing indictment of Israel's actions in Gaza, accusing the nation of committing genocide. Say has also issued a fervent plea for Western classical music institutions and his fellow artists to break their silence and denounce the ongoing conflict. In a pointed post on X, Say expressed deep disappointment with what he perceives as a pervasive pro-Israel bias among leading Western classical music organizations. The leading classical music institutions in Western countries are so pro-Israel that this is a disgrace to me, he wrote, detailing feelings of isolation even while performing. He further criticized the manipulation of discourse, where supporters of Palestine are often unfairly labeled as anti-Semitic. What is happening in Gaza is genocide. Period. Say declared, urging the music world to wake up and act with humanity in the face of such profound injustice. Say acknowledges the personal and professional risks associated with his outspoken stance, including potential concert cancellations, stating his commitment to living with honor. His appeal arrives amidst escalating international concern over Gaza's dire humanitarian crisis, with reports of widespread famine and malnutrition. Official figures from Gaza health authorities indicate tens of thousands of Palestinian casualties since October 7, 2023. This is not the first time Say has faced professional repercussions for his criticisms of Israel. He previously saw concerts canceled by Swiss retailer Migros over social media comments. Despite past backlash, Say remains resolute, having also previously condemned Hamas's attacks on innocent civilians. His current statements align with findings from several human rights groups and international bodies, including a UN commission, that have concluded Israel's actions in Gaza may constitute genocide, though Israel maintains its operations are in self-defense. From the concert hall to the global stage, the conversation continues. But now we turn to a more introspective, yet equally urgent, reflection on the world around us. Autumn recomposed, climate change disrupts nature's rhythms. Coggin Heeringa offers a poignant reflection on the changing seasons, drawing a parallel between Max Richter's avant-garde recomposition of Vivaldi's The Four Seasons and the unsettling unpredictability of autumn in our era of climate change. What was once a predictable cycle of nature is now marked by jarring shifts, mirroring the discomfort Heeringa feels when listening to Richter's innovative, yet disorienting, musical interpretation. For years, the rhythms of nature, the timing of leaf color changes, bird migrations, and the first frost were largely reliable. However, climate change has introduced a new level of uncertainty. Instead of a steady cooling, autumns now swing between chilly spells and unseasonable warmth, delaying the natural progression of the season. Leaves linger on trees, and insects and birds extend their presence, disrupting established ecological timelines. This unpredictability raises critical questions about the cascading effects on ecosystems, from the timing of insect hatches affecting migrating birds to the ripening of food sources for wildlife. The ripple effects extend beyond the natural world, impacting human activities such as farming, hunting, and event planning. The reliability of harvests, fish spawning, bird migrations, and even the arrival of snow and tourists is now in question. Heeringa notes that while both Richter's autumn and the season itself retain their beauty, the fundamental rhythms of life have become profoundly unpredictable, creating a sense of unease that permeates all seasons. This observation has resonated deeply with audiences, sparking widespread discussion about the tangible impacts of climate change on everyday life and the natural world. Many are sharing their own experiences of shifting seasonal patterns and the anxiety that accompanies this loss of predictability. These stories highlight shifts both profound and personal. But before we go, we'll recap the most impactful moments of the show. And that's a wrap on today's Scoopster Rundown. We heard the evocative new chamber orchestra version of Gabriel Kahane's Where Are the Arms from his album Heirloom. We were captivated by Domingo Hindoyan and the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra's powerful rendition of Tchaikovsky's Pathétique and Souvenir de Florence. We covered Fazıl Say's courageous call for action regarding the situation in Gaza. And we contemplated nature's shifting rhythms with Coggin Heeringa's piece on Max Richter's recomposition of Vivaldi. Don't miss out on any future breaking news. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Scoopster for more in-depth coverage, and ring the notification bell so you're alerted the moment new videos drop. Share your thoughts in the comments below and follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.